Hello and welcome. I'm Mikah from Lifelong Yoga, and today I'm excited to share with you one of my favorite energizing yoga practices. It's called the Breath of Joy. What I love about the Breath of Joy is that it really helps you experience how you can use your yoga practice, the movement, the breath, to shift your energy, shift your state. And it's just the perfect example of how yoga isn't just about stretching. It can be so much more than that. We can use our practice to influence how we feel. Now, I'll warn you, you might feel a little silly doing this at first, but that's a big part of what makes this practice so great. It can be really freeing to just let go, to not worry about what we look like, to just release, move with freedom, and do something that brings a smile to our face. All of that said, let's get right into it. I'm going to teach you the breath first, and then we'll put the movement with it. So begin standing with your feet about hip distance apart, whatever's comfortable. And with the breathing, you're going to start by taking 3 quick breaths in through your nose. Now, each of these breaths fills up your lungs a little more. It's almost like it's just one continuous breath rather than 3 separate breaths, if that makes sense. So the first breath, you'll sip in a little air, and then with the next breath, you'll sip in a little more air, and then finally all the way up on that last breath in. Okay, so that's the first part. Let's do it again. Breathe in, and a little more, and a little more. So we're all filled up with air, and then the last part of this, we let the air out by saying a big ha, releasing it through our mouth with a ha. Okay, let's try that together. Through the nose first. Ha. Ha. Okay, so that's our breath portion. Now we add movement to it. 4 movements. The first one is arms forward, arms out, and then arms up. And then the last part is like we're taking chair pose, where you bend your knees and sit your hips back, and you can just release the arms by your side. Okay, now some versions of Breath of Joy really throw you down right there, but it's not super safe for our back. I'll let you decide if you want to do that full release version where you just throw yourself down. But I prefer the version where it's more like a chair pose here to keep my back safe. So your choice, yogi's choice, whatever you prefer. Let's do that again. So arms forward, arms out, arms up, and then chair pose or swing yourself down with arms back. Again, arms forward, out, up, and down. Forward, out, up, and down. Now, do you see how my arms are just kind of swinging free instead of super controlled? Yeah, and my knees are bouncing. Everything is free. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're moving. Again, forward, out, up, and down. Forward, out, up, and down. Let's put the breath with it. We're going to start slow with the breath and then pick up the pace. So see if you can stay with me. If you mess up, no big deal. That's why this is a video and you can just rewind. Pause and rewind. Okay, here we go. Ha. 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 Okay. Now come up and stand and just take one hand on your heart and one on your low belly. This movement can be very activating, stimulating. So we always want to take time to ground and calm after. So maybe you close your eyes, or maybe you just soften your gaze down. Notice if you can feel your heartbeat under the top hand, or sense your heartbeat. Maybe intentionally slow your breath down comfortably. And feel your feet, the soles of your feet connected to the earth underneath you. Breathing a little lower down into your belly where that bottom hand is. And just feeling the effects of what you just did, noticing how that practice might have shifted your energy, shifted your mental state, with no judgment, just awareness. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes, release your arms. Now, I'd love to hear how that practice made you feel, or even if you have any questions, so please leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're interested in other ways that your yoga practice can help you shift how you're feeling, in addition to all the physical benefits of yoga, then I want you to try this other video with me. It's a short practice, a short breath practice called the 4-6 ratio breath. This is a more calming practice for our nervous system. So if this was a little stimulating for you, or if you're ever feeling like feelings of anxiety, this wouldn't be the greatest practice for you. You'd want to do something a little more grounding and calming. So 4-6 breath would be a great thing to explore, especially after you just experienced this. So I'll put that video on the screen. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel, Lifelong Yoga with Mikah, and hit the notification bell for more gentle yoga practices. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful day.